Hey there, Max here, and today we're going to be watching some more Brandon Herrera's The Worst Internet Gun Fails, episode number 8 now. Ooh boy, we're nearing the halfway mark, just a few more to go, and then we will start getting to some of the newer things. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited to see what kind of craziness we're going to see next. I can't imagine where people are finding all these videos to send to him, and if he's probably found a few of these things on his own, but I wonder what we're going to see this time. Anything in the Middle East? Any more crazy weddings? Maybe more dumb challenges? I hope not, but ugh. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this going. I'll leave a link to the original in the description. If you enjoy, please do leave a like. If you have anything you'd like me to react towards or anything you just want to say, please do leave them in the comments. And please do subscribe, help build my community, and help follow along more in the future for these things. Let's go on. Brandon Herrera, take it away, sir. And we start with a pop. Great.
Jesus.
I got it on camera.
I would hope so.
I got that bitch on camera.
Yeah.
He almost died. Look at him.
You got that bitch on camera. What is up, you
Oh, that's just a lovely start, isn't it? Also,
sexy YouTube mother lovers? Welcome back to another episode of the Darwin Awards. Woo! One of the most requested series I do, and one of the most hated by the powers that be at YouTube.
I mean, nowadays, that could be just about anything.
I'm your host, Brandon Herrera, and as we say on the channel all the time, guns are awesome. Idiots, on the other hand, are not. When you put the two of those things together, sometimes you get the winner of a Darwin Award. A Darwin Award should be fairly self-explanatory. It's the fictional award that you get when you remove yourself from the gene pool, particularly from something self-inflicted. Life goes
And better to learn from others' mistakes and not your own.
Goes on, and the fittest continue to survive. The real purpose of these videos is to show you guys, I guess, where they went wrong and kind of use it as an opportunity to teach gun safety. My hope being potentially using this platform and entertainment as a way to save lives.
We can only hope.
And make some pretty off-color jokes. So with that in mind, let's move on to our first clip. It appears that Angry is
Oh dear God. The gun is almost big as he is.
not fucking around anymore. This small
I hope they only put one in the chamber, because that recoil is gonna... Jesus.
gentleman is rocking a very large caliber revolver. Now he's on the Darwin Awards, so we can predict what's happening next.
If somebody gave this guy more than one shot, they are joking on him. Oh, he put his hand up. He knows what's gonna happen. Oh!
Yup.
Oh, it just bounced right on now. Okay, at least they gave him only one shot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear God, that's so bad. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but I am. I'm sorry.
I love the strategic hand placement of that guy who almost is like guaranteed knows what's gonna come next. Thankfully, it looks like nobody was injured, but it's never a good thing for a gun to go flying out of someone's hands.
Yeah.
Especially the handgun, where people try to catch it. That's how people get shot. Now, we've talked about this in Darwin Awards in the past with those large caliber revolvers where people, they lose control of it a little bit too much. You can actually accidentally pull the trigger again. You're essentially bump firing the revolver on accident.
We've seen a handful of those already.
And with the recoil out of control that way, you're not going to like where that revolver is pointing when you get your second or third.
I think they might have been smart and only put one in the cylinder for that one. And at least I really hope so, because that could have gone real nasty if they didn't.
Round off. Hopefully they were following the rule we mentioned in our previous episode of only load one round in the gun if you don't know if the shooter can handle it or not. That way, if they lose control of the gun or it's too much for them, they've only got one round in it, the damage is done. No opportunity for a stray gun to cause problems. I'll admit it's a pretty funny clip. Now our next clip
You know, just nice, clean fun, honestly.
is another staple of Darwin Awards. People shooting at explosives way, way, way too fucking close.
Don't do that!
There's the famous lawnmower guy. Of course, we had FPS Russia on here earlier. Kyle,
Bye-bye, door.
no hard feelings. It was just a really fucking good clip. Pretty sure we've had a tannerite explosion in almost every episode, so
I've heard you've learned a good lesson from some of these videos.
I'm not going to disappoint. This video was sent in to me, aptly titled 50 pounds of tannerite far too close.
I'm sorry, how much? Jesus. To be fair, when it's 50 pounds worth, how close isn't too close anymore?
Now I'm just going to ignore the fact that our targets
What?
on the 50-pound tub of tannerite
I say again, what?
are two mannequin heads. Seek therapy, I beg of you. See, the thing about tannerite is you set it off by shooting it, so you have to be at a distance where you feel comfortable hitting the target. Or you just want to be closer for shits and giggles. Which is where stuff
And probably get yourself very horribly maimed.
like this happens. Holy shit. And the slow-mo. Look at that fucking shockwave. Clearly it's kind of high humidity where he's at, because you can see the pressure wave, like the vapor wave.
God damn.
That the pressure wave is causing. The way it's been explained to me before is that it's so high pressure for that instant.
Like, that's like a straight up concussive blast that if you were too close on, that could actually kill you.
That it's turning the water vapor in the air back into water for a moment as it goes out.
Thank God he was using a plastic container and not metal, or else we'd be having a full-on shrapnel bomb to worry about.
Now, these young lads ended up being okay, or at least as okay
Still, that is way too damn close!
as they were beforehand, probably. But just a little bit closer and they could have started to experience some real issues. That's because the destruction from explosives doesn't just come from shrapnel. The thing that makes the shrapnel that's able to rip shit apart and send it flying really quick is that pressure created by the explosive. It's
Like the same concept of if you hold your hand around a firecracker, your hand's gonna go pop! So don't do that either.
gas rapidly expanding outward in such a violent way that it's able to rip through solid objects. Now, to remind you how much tannerite we're dealing with, it's 50 pounds. The individually packaged stuff that they sell in the stores that'll blow up, small shit, that's 1 pound. This
Seriously? 50 times that? Jesus H.
is 50 times more powerful than that. Anything more and you need a federal explosives license. Thankfully, it seems like there's no harm done to these guys, and hopefully they learn that, explosions are pretty fucking...
Considering the fact that they were okay, I wouldn't be surprised they felt no problems about this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they tried doing it again one day, assuming their wallets have healed from that.
Cool, but there's no shame in being safe about it. Can't get that cool-ass Instagram post if you fucking die. Now, speaking of being too close to explosives, this next clip I have no context for. In fact, the only version I have is literally a meme. Now, this looks like a soldier somewhere in the Middle East with what appears to be a door-breaching charge. Video's not that great quality, it's really hard to tell what
So we got another explosive happening, is that right?
we're actually looking at. I mean, the charge. That is a human soldier. Now let's all watch in slow motion together as to why you probably want to stand off to the side of something like this and not directly in front of it. Boom. Oh, that is the definition of a close call.
I hope he's got a face mask on there, Jesus.
Holy shit, let's see that again. That is moving so fucking fast for this to be slow motion.
Mother Mary, Jesus. This is the reason why you don't get too close to explosives. This guy is like covered in armor and he's still gonna get splattered in metal.
No, I can't help but laugh because the only version of this I have is
Imagine if he was standing up, Jesus.
no shit set to Smash Mouth. In an attempt not to get copyright struck, Delance, can you play like a 1-second snippet of that?
Somebody.
Video is fucking terrifying. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's anything solid in there. It seems like it's either, some sort of cardboard or, particle board, something like that. Still, explosives are scary. Be careful.
Somebody.
So, Brandon, you may say, we haven't really had anything too close to a Darwin Award winner yet.
And here's where that starts changing.
Yeah, hold on. We're getting there. This next guy comes pretty fucking close.
Oh, dear.
Now for this next clip, we have a very snappily dressed gentleman who I believe is trying to work on his street cred.
Fuck yourself, bitch.
Okay, Trey. Who gonna die today?
Apparently himself at this point.
See this?
Don't kill yourself with that dirty.
Chill out, man.
Now, we had to bleep that due to YouTube policy guidelines, but there's already some nefarious plans for this revolver that's now in play. Also, I'm not sure what the green rag is all about.
Me neither.
He might be getting into his St. Patrick's Day spirit a little bit.
We can only hope.
I mean, he looks like he could be Irish.
Russian roulette.
Oh!
Jesus.
Wow, that's a nice tiny skylight you just added in.
I got it on camera. I got that bitch on camera.
Yeah,
He almost died. Look at him.
you got that bitch on camera.
Look at his face. You ain't no real nigga. Stupid goofy ass.
Jesus Christ, it's being rude.
Damn, this guy's just straight up calling him out. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Roasted by your fucking friend. You can see that look on his face, though. That is the look of a man who came very, very, very close to accidentally ventilating his own skull. I love how his friend immediately just goes into roasting him too.
I got that bitch on camera. He almost died.
Hiding behind that big old box fan.
This is why we don't fuck around playing Russian roulette, kids. There is no winning Russian roulette.
Here's hoping he could actually hear his friend actually roasting him, because those things are loud. And right beside your ear, not a good place.
There's only winning a Darwin Award. Also rip whoever's in the apartment above him, because he totally just sailed around in a residential apartment building. Did he not check that it would? Never mind. So yeah, as far as the 4 basic rules of gun safety, know your target and what's behind it. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, and never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. If you want to be technical, I think he just violated all 4 of these rules. And it almost cost him a trip to the morgue. Come here.
Got very damn lucky. Oh, doggy!
Hey, puppy. Hey, how you doing?
Big puppy.
Right in the face. Yep, thank you.
I always go for the face. Aw.
Good girl. It's okay, I'm not making fun of the ATF in this video. You're safe. You're good.
Yet. I don't know what the joke is about that, but okay.
Now, a common thing I hear about these Darwin Award videos is that they give people anxiety, like these clips stress them out. Well, if that's the case, next time you watch a Darwin Awards video, you might want to have a can of Canadips CBD with you. Canadips now has their best flavor yet, clean peaches.
Okay.
That's it.
This one's been a while, so I'm going to skip the ad here.
Actually, they've got a pretty cool brand and they've been really cool to work with. So we like to keep our good sponsors here, but it's not made any less crazy by some of these Darwin.
When we get to more of the modern ones, we'll probably watch them, but this is 4 years old. I don't think they have the same sponsor anymore.
Darwin Award candidates. Now, for example, what would you do if you saw that a rocket landed in the middle of the road and somehow, by the grace of God, didn't go off?
I get the F away!
If your answer is run up and kick it, well, you're like these guys.
Definitely would not be doing that.
That is unexploded ordnance in the middle of the street.
I've learned from a fancy little game called Space Quest of why you don't want to be anywhere near highly explosive ordnance. See, sometimes these things are on a timer, and sometimes they might just so pop, even if they don't land, so I wouldn't be anywhere near these things. Fun fact, landmines. A lot of people think that you just stand on them, and then you have to stay on there and leave the pressure on there, and it'll make a pop. Wrong! They're actually time charges. So, once you step on it, get the heck out.
They're just actively fucking with it. Now, this video, of course, has been making rounds on social media, but I felt the need to comment on it. It's embarrassing. I feel like I have to. Unexploded ordnance means that there is still an explosive inside of it. Just because it didn't go off doesn't mean that it can't. The shit people do for Snapchat clout. Now, this video you might have already seen, and if not, oh boy. There's typically a rule about fucking with landmines.
Don't do it!
Don't. But this guy, upon seeing a landmine in the middle of the road, decided to take matters into his own hands.
No, why would you do that?
Picks it up out of the middle of the fucking road.
The solid copper cojones on this man.
And carries it off into the woods.
Okay, thank God it's an anti-vehicle one, and because even so, Jesus, I don't do this.
Jesus Christ.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Now, there's a couple things about this video that I'd like to point out. One, look at the state of this man's cigarette. Looks to be pretty fresh, which I'm inventing a story in my own mind that may have happened, where he decided before he picked up a live landmine, you know what, fuck it, if I'm gonna go out with a cigarette. Hey,
some people are.
Hey, Ivan, you got an extra cig? You're probably better off going out with a cig in your mouth than what they'd call it in
Better a cig in your mouth than a cig in your mouth, if you know what I mean.
England. What makes this video crazier is I know a lot of landmines, maybe not this one in particular, I'm not sure what that is. A lot of landmines, though, have anti-vibration sensors. Meaning that if people try to fuck with them, or a tank is, rolling, not quite on it, but next to it, they will still go off. You know what? I refuse to even call this a fucking Darwin Award. This guy's just got balls of steel.
No,
he might be dumb, he might be brave, Possibly both, but
Definitely both. You don't do this unless you are both.
holy shit, man. The only thing concerning about this is we don't
No survival instinct whatsoever.
really see the end of the video, so hopefully this worked out okay. Now this next clip is what appears to be a police shooting range in either Russia or one of those Eastern European countries.
Okay, something's going to either ricochet. There's either going to be like a jacket that's like a bullet jacket that's going to bounce off somewhere, or someone's going to do a misfire somewhere. Those are my three options I can think of.
The reason I say this is this fine madam has a Makarov, a weapon of which I'm not shy about saying I'm quite the fan. What they lack in Mostoppin power, they more than make up for in just being sexy guns. But our
To each their own.
eyes in this clip should be on the female officer. Now, I'm going to preface this next bit by saying I'm sure there are plenty of amazing women in law enforcement all around the globe. Female cops who know the
Listen, stupidity is not gender neutral.
difference between, for example, a Glock and a taser. But let's see how this goes. So she's loading ammunition and desk pops immediately into the desk. Oh, wow. Like, she actually did a desk pop. Like, not popping from the desk, but popping into it. That's impressive. A feat rivaled only by Twitch streamers.
Oh!
So she clearly had one in the pipe and didn't realize that, because she had
I'm starting to understand, well, no, not starting to, I already understood, why Twitch doesn't allow people to show their guns off on these things.
the magazine out of the gun could still go off. It's a negligent discharge, not too special, but I just had to include this clip after what happens next. So you see here, everybody's holding their ears. Somebody comes over to investigate what the fuck just happened. Unfortunately, she has her Makarov on a lanyard, so when she walks away, it drags the gun behind her. Thankfully, this officer comes in and tells her you're being kind of a fucking tool. I don't understand the need to leave the gun like immediately, just like walk away from it. Considering the gun's fine, the gun didn't do anything wrong. The gun did exactly what it was designed to do. It went off when the trigger was pulled. But yeah, having a negligent discharge and then dragging your gun around the office loosely on a bungee, not a great call. Thankfully, it appears the only injury is pride.
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of people right now are disappointed. Oh, nobody's died in a graphic fashion yet. For one, if you're looking for snuff films, YouTube might not be the place to do it.
Second of all, go look for the live leak stuff. That's usually where you'll find it.
Secondly, as we've pointed out before, there are multiple ways to win a Darwin Award. You don't necessarily have to die. Just remove yourself from the gene pool.
Already about to see that happen just now.
Just like the point gun at Venus trend that we talked about in a prior episode.
The dumbest trend I've ever freaking heard of. No.
Which, now that rockets are freely floating around certain parts of the world, has gotten a little more extreme.
I'm sorry, what? That's gotta be a joke. There's no way they're doing that.
But again, while we have had real
Yeah, that's a joke one, but still, that's kind of funny.
Darwin Award winners on the show before, the big opportunity here is just to talk about gun safety and whatnot, while looking at some really fucking anxiety-inducing cringe clips. But don't worry, the best is yet to come.
Oh, great. That's just what we always want to hear.
This next clip I can only describe as an accident with Mexican shotgun fishing. It appears to be two Hispanic men.
So, shotgun fishing. Hey, don't just hog that up to the Mexicans. Trust me, I got plenty of redneck family that will definitely do that.
Fishing with a shotgun. Now he's got the barrel in the water.
Woo!
And if you've ever seen Looney Tunes, you saw where this is going.
Oh!
Yeah, go ahead and flag your friend while you're
Dang, you just straight up splintered that barrel. My God.
at it. Did you see the end of that shotgun barrel? It cartoonishly splayed open. This is because of overpressure. See, guns can fire underwater, but that really only works if they're fully submerged. You see, when you just have the end of the gun in the water, then you have a very big mismatch of pressures going on.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of like also that theory of when you stick your finger into a barrel. Sometimes it kind of works, but it's gonna get you both.
When that pressure gets too great, things take the path of least resistance. In this case, the gun. Didn't end up badly in this case, but Kentucky Ballistics has showed us what happens when sometimes you overload pressures on a firearm. Big difference in pressure between 50 BMG and a 12 gauge, but still, you want to
Don't tempt fate.
avoid trying this one at home. Although shotgun fishing sounds kind of fun. Just make sure you do it above the water. Now, before we move on to our next one, I will warn you, while it's not terribly graphic, your mind can kind of go places and fill in the gaps of what happened, and it shows what happened. We'll probably have to censor a little bit of it just because YouTube's weird about that, but it's more of the implication. You'll understand. So this one is from a celebration in Mexico a few weeks ago.
Ooh, actually some nice, fun-looking cannons there.
There's some carnival festivities going on involving cannons when one of the cannons apparently does not go off. So this gentleman comes up and tries to help his buddy out and figure out, okay, what's wrong with the cannon?
Oh no.
By moving it. Not the biggest deal in the world, but the problem is how he goes about it. So let's see how this unfolds.
So, don't approach the front, don't approach the front, don't approach the front.
So he walks up to come rotate the cannon.
And they're in the front.
And puts his hand directly over the bore. That's hard to watch.
He's not feeling well. No.
When it comes to working on a cannon, there's certain things you absolutely do not do.
And that's including any part of your body in front of it.
Putting your hand over the muzzle of a loaded cannon is one of those things. Even the guys that are loading the cannon, like the dudes with the ramrod or whatever, you kind of want to be as hands off as you can, just in case whatever's in that cannon decides it wants to violently come out. You want to preserve as much of your hand as possible. Yeah. You're putting your entire hand over the bore. Now, since this was like a celebration kind of thing, there was a very, very, very low chance that there was actually a projectile in this cannon at all.
Still, that's a lot of force. Even if it is like fake powder or just blank powder, it's still a lot of straight force. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people who watch this have probably heard what happened to, what's his name? Jake Lee from the Crow, when he had one of the prop guns had a blank round, and one of the scenes he had had it close to his head, and that's how he lost his life. So do not mess around with anything explosive, including bullets. They can turn up very badly.
Doesn't really matter in this case, because even if it's just shooting a blank, it's, a celebratory load of gunpowder, lots of smoke, fire, all that good stuff. When you're shooting a blank, but you cover the bore, your hand becomes the projectile. And I've got a decent bit of experience with cannons, given that I've been doing stuff with them for over 10 years now. I also own a small cannon, and we even did a cannon video with Mr. Beast. So that in mind, I can confidently...
That's a nice cannon.
...tell you that what we just saw there is close to a worst case scenario. You can even say that his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's blood on his sombrero already.
Really? Really, Brandon?
Hand spaghetti. Yeah, I already know I'm going to hell. It's fine. And if you thought it was a little funny...
I think they might have upgraded your ticket on that train to hell, sir.
I'll save you a seat. I am happy to know that despite the loss of a few digits, this guy did end up being as okay as you can be. But it ends up being a great teachable moment, not just for cannons, but also for any sort of explosive, pyrotechnic, and firearms. Beware of the muzzle. That's where the bad stuff happens. So if you don't, you might end up like a friend here who came to celebrate Cinco de Mayo and left with 0 de mano. Which I believe makes him our first ever reverse Darwin Award winner. What? Thanks to a brief moment of stupidity with gun safety, this man is going to have to get laid from now on, because he is never jerking off again.
Oh,
now, I'll take this second to remind you, if you think you've got a good clip for the Darwin Awards, be sure to let me know. Go ahead and send me a message or put it over on the Reddit, r/Brandon Herrera. It's misspelled on purpose. I know we lost the first one because, well, Russ. If there's anything you'd like to add that maybe I forgot or missed, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you'd like to learn something from this video,
the more I hear about Reddit, the more I'm glad I never touched this stuff.
Be sure to please subscribe, because I feel like you and I have bonded now over this. Anyhow, guys, we got some crazy content coming for you guys in the next few videos. Some stuff that you guys have been waiting on for a long time, I know. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys staying to the end of the video, and as always, I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
I will never not dance to that song.
When you put the two of those things together and get the peanut butter and the jelly and the peanut butter.
Now I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
It's stupid. Line. When you put the two of those... I don't know what to do with my hands. God damn it, the fucking dog. Not my dog. Neighbor's dog. Susan, I will call the ATF.
Oh, dear God. Okay, well, that's another wonderful episode of Internet Gun Fails. Oh, my God. Some people really don't learn, and we've got at least 12 more of these things to go. Wait, technically this one's over, so it's 11 more. 11 more of these things to go. Okay, well, hi, thank you very much for joining me through this episode here. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like. If you have anything like to comment by or have me react towards, please do leave it in the comments. And please do subscribe, help build up my community, and follow along more in the future. I'll check in with you next time, and be sure to live life to the max. I'm out!